Not too long ago, I joined the police and the service and the correctional services in remembrance of the fallen heroes from our security forces. And it was definitely a very moving moment. And Your Excellency, I just want to recap this because when the citation was being made of the circumstances under which each of the fallen officers had passed, there were particularly two touching comments. All are very touching, but let me just flag two. There's the aspect that was terrorist-based. Now, there was another one where the tragedy came because this officer was safeguarding our national examinations. And for some reason, some unruly people wanted to interfere with that process. And this officer died in the line of duty, protecting exams for the young people of this country. The second one was a valiant officer who also died because there was need to protect 6 young girls from gender-based violence, particularly the FGM. And this officer, again, had to lose their lives. But this is a story that is not quite told by a lot of people, the public, and sometimes even the Fourth Estate. And it is important that once in a while, we do not lose sight of the fact that it is not just the process of keeping peace, but we also see extremely heart-rendering moments that our officers get involved in as they safeguard the well-being of our people. Finally, Your Excellency, I also just want to highlight that when we were preparing for this program, and I came to consult you, you made one very fundamental statement. You said that let this event be a joint event because the work of the security forces is intertwined. It's complementary. And you wanted an opportunity, rather than separating, to have a moment where these strategic plans are launched together because they speak to each other. And I just want to acknowledge that because it is the issue of addressing the silo mentality in government. We are one government. And it is so important that we collaborate, and it's on that principle that I wish to express my appreciation, because clearly you're telling us work as one and do not go different paths if we want to deliver for the people of Kenya.
On behalf of the National Police Service, I thank you, Your Excellency, for accepting our invitation to officiate this significant event. The National Police Service is one of the national security organs and plays a critical role in our national security. With the launch of this strategic plan, therefore, we now have a roadmap with a clear vision to guide the police for the next 5 years towards the realization of its primary mandate of securing our country. The plan is built upon the successes made and the lessons learned from the implementation of the 2018-22 strategic plan, and has also incorporated recommendations of the Maraga Task Force report on police reforms, with a common goal to have an efficient, professional, responsive, and people-centered police service. Similarly, the current plan embraces the spirit of Article 244 of the Constitution of Kenya that establishes the police as a professional, disciplined, transparent, and accountable service. In a nutshell, Your Excellency, sir, the National Police Service has embarked on a transformative journey to turn our police stations into centers of excellence for police operations and the service delivery to the public. To achieve this, priority areas are training, mental health, and fighting corruption within the service. Towards this end, we are currently training officers of various cadres of responsibility, including station, sub-county, and county police commanders, to standardize their capacity in operational, command, and police administration. In the spirit of community policing, we are appreciative that all Kenyans and stakeholders have a role to play in national security. Consequently, this plan has laid out a robust strategy for collaboration with communities and development partners. Already, we have entered collaboration with the Kenya School of Government and the Huduma Centers, and developed a program in customer service for training of officers to improve service delivery to the public and build the much needed trust and confidence between the public and the police. I am glad to report to Your Excellency that customer service training manual will be launched alongside the strategic plan. As I conclude, sir, I wish to give you my reassurance and that of the National Police Service of our commitment to strive for the highest standards of professionalism. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, let me just quickly begin by appreciating the support that you have given to all of us and the fact that you've been able to match your commitments by action. A few weeks ago, we were here when you launched the strategic framework that would guide the implementation of the reforms that were delivered by the Maraga Task Force. Your Excellency, one of the first assignments you took when you came into office was to set up the Maraga Task Force that looked into a number of issues that bedevil the services. And today, 2 out of the 3 services are represented here. That is the National Police Service and the Kenya Prison Service. And as part of that journey, the strategic plans that are being launched today, to a large extent, speak to that strategic framework. Number 2 is that out of that strategic framework, we will be working on coming up with a national policing policy. And it's at an advanced stage, and early next year, after public participation, we will be taking it to Parliament. And this is an important policy as it looks holistically into several actors or agencies that are involved in policing. In total, there are a number of 32 agencies that are involved in policing. And these strategic frameworks, the strategic plans that we are launching today would help us towards that journey.
The development of the Strategic Plan 2023-2027 was an odious task that we embarked on with zeal, knowing that the nation depended on us getting it right. We took into consideration both the past and the present and attempted as best as we could to focus on the future. Your Excellency, this strategic plan articulates more than ever before how our mandate of promoting a just and secure society through efficient and effective management of offenders and administration of justice can be implemented for greater impact and common good. The plan further underscores the government's key priority areas outlined in the Bottom-Up Economic Transformation Agenda, MTP4, Vision 2030, Maraga report, as well as the international standards that include the African Union Agenda 2063 Master Plan and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. It is from this progressive and forward-thinking vision that our 5-year strategic plan has taken into consideration innovative strategies that will see the department take this country into greater heights. Your Excellency, in this strategic plan, our resource gap is approximately 105 billion over the planned period. However, we have invited and we have been inviting development partners and stakeholders who have worked with us to stand in the gap and help us provide correctional services to our people. We cannot understate how much the development partners and local non-state actors have helped us now and in the past. It is our hope that we will further strengthen these partnerships and harness the goodwill that they have all given us for the betterment of correctional services. Your Excellency, allow me to share the gratitude of the staff of the State Department for Correctional Services for working day and night to have this strategic plan developed.
I am delighted to join you here on this unique occasion when His Excellency the President will launch 2 strategic plans, the National Police Service Strategic Plan 2023 to 2027 and the State Department of Correctional Services Strategic Plan 2023 to 2027. These 2 plans highlight the important role of the National Police Service and Correctional Services in national security and public safety that are critically essential for our economic and social development. The National Police Service Strategic Plan underlines the government's commitment to ensure that the National Police Service delivers on its vision of being a world-class police service and upholds its mission of providing professional, innovative, and people-centered services to promote a safe and secure society. On its part, the State Department for Correctional Services Strategic Plan focuses on enhancing security through containment, supervision, rehabilitation, and reintegration of offenders into the society. It also highlights critical strategies for improving correctional services in the country. The 2 strategic plans are anchored on the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and the 4th Medium-Term Plan. They support the bottom-up economic transformation agenda and Kenya Vision 2030. The strategic plans are particularly important tools for enhancing development effectiveness and must be aligned with our national priorities. They are expected to promote a conducive environment for the people to enhance their livelihood, opportunities, and for business to prosper. While each of the strategic plans is uniquely tailored to the mandate of the respective service, both are geared towards the government's agenda for a more inclusive society. They enhance opportunities for dialogue with people and foster community partnerships based on respect for the rule of law, democracy, and human rights. Constructive engagement with citizens is necessary to resolve emerging conflicts in the delivery of police and correctional services. We must seek to promote trust and understanding that will ensure the security of our citizens, improve the business climate, and stimulate Kenya's socio-economic transformation. I wish to reaffirm the government's commitment to support the National Police Service and the State Department for Correctional Services to scale up the initiatives undertaken during their previous strategic plan periods. We promise to work with you on this journey. Collaboration with key stakeholders, including the communities you serve, is vital to delivering the impact envisaged under the new strategic plans. I therefore encourage you to nurture a unified and effective approach through strategic partnerships with key players in the security and correctional services ecosystem. Let me conclude by urging all of us gathered here, and indeed all Kenyans, to support and work with the National Police Service and the State Department for Correctional Services to promote unity, peace, and stability for the ultimate prosperity of all Kenyans.